Greetings, St. Ambrose families. I want to make another quick video on how to navigate through the Google Classroom and Google Meet video streaming, and especially on how to upload and turn in assignments that your teachers may be giving you. So I'm going to go to a sample sign-in that I made for this video, which is called Test Student. So when I signed in with my credentials as well as a password that was given to me by my teacher or by my administrator. So make sure that when you sign in, you see that your name and everything else matches with what should be there. So there's two ways to go to Google Classroom. You can actually go from classroom.google.com, and you should be able to go here by searching it up and then being able to click here on Google Classroom. Another way, if you're actually signed into Google, you can access the applications that Google has with these 9 dots on the far right corner, and you can see the things that we can do here. So I'm going to click on Google Classroom for the first time. And when you sign in for the first time, it's going to give you this sign in page. Make sure it's you, and I'm going to click continue. I'm a student, and I have this class that I was invited to by my teacher. Now, if you don't see any classes here, teachers have not invited the students at the moment. So it's a time to communicate with teachers and say that I'm supposed to be in this class or this class at this time. Please let me know by looking at the schedule. I have seen no classes in here, but you have the option to join or decline. So I'm going to join this class that was created as a sample. And when I click join, it's going to allow me to join, and you'll be able to see the front page of the class. Okay, it's going to give you a little tutorial, create posts, and over here, the most important things that I talked about last time is the Google Meet link. This is the link that will allow you to live stream the class. And some teachers will actually put it at the bottom over here where it will tell you when they have the class, at what grade level, at what time, and the link right here, just in case that this has been forgotten. So let's do that quickly like I did in the last video. I'm going to click on the Meet link, and it's going to allow me to join in the class that is in session, depending on where the teacher is in that transitioning. I have my video off because I'm using it right now, and then the microphone is on. I can mute it as well. Typically, you want to mute so that you're not interrupting the classes that are in session at the moment. And depending on where the teacher is, if they're showing their classes to another class, or if they're getting the video ready, just be patient in terms of having the teacher transition to that. When you join the link, you'll be able to see who's in the video over here, as well as be able to see the class. Hopefully, whenever the teachers start. Now, one thing I want parents to realize is that they can see other people in the video, and we don't want them focus on the people here versus the actual class that's going on with the teacher, as well as the chat option, which the teacher will have access to and be able to keep a log of. We don't want issues with kids or students or chatting with other people instead of being focused in class. So I'm going to go back over here. Students can be able to view, and part of the lessons that we want students to view is the direct instruction part, as well as the parts where there's practice, where the teacher practices with the students and answers questions. And then when they're done with that, and the teacher will actually tell the students that are viewing that they're done with the actual instruction part and it's time to work independently or independent practice, and then the teacher will end the session and allow the students to work on that. So when you end the session, the teacher will end it themselves, or the students can actually press the leave the call button if they're ready to work independently on the assignment after the instruction is over. I'm going to leave the call, max it out. I'm going to go back to the lesson, and over here you can see that there is a lesson over here on the left side where it's due on Tuesday. So you can actually click on it to see. I'm going to show you two ways to look at that. You can actually go on the top tab on the right where it says classwork and click on that, or you can actually click on the actual assignment here. Typically, you go to classwork and you can see all the things that are going on here, and I can actually see the sample over here. So you can also go to the link, the calendar, and the class drive folder. We're going to go into these after we go into the actual assignment. So I'm going to go to the assignment. I'm going to view the assignment. I didn't actually put, you can add or create your files, and you can mark as done whenever you're done. It gives a very nice tutorial, and there isn't instructions here, but pretend that there were, and you are allowed to submit your assignment. Maybe the teacher provided a worksheet, or the teacher provided an assignment or a copy, and you want to be able to respond. There are two ways that you can respond. You can actually write it on a piece of paper, take a picture of it, save that picture, and add it to your computer or add it to your phone, find the actual file, and upload it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's say you're doing it on your phone, you can just save the picture onto your phone, and you can find the location where you saved it. So over here is where you would find all of the information to add and create or to submit an assignment. So I'm going to click on this button, this little plus sign where it says add or create under your work, and there's many different options. If you're going to be taking a picture or scanning or getting a PDF of your assignment on paper, then you're going to want to click on File. File is going to find your computer drive or your phone drive or your iPad drive, or depending on whatever device you're using, if you took a picture of it. So I'm going to click on the File, and it's going to ask you to where do you want to upload your files. If you want to do it from Recent, Upload, My Drive, or Stored, and you want to go to Upload. Okay, so under Upload is where you can actually browse where you found the files. I'm going to click Browse, and it's going to actually go to my downloads where I can look at everything I have here and be able to upload a picture or an assignment. So let's say I'm doing distance learning schedules. That's my file. It's actually a very big file. It's a 1.2 megabyte file, and that's the assignment that I want to submit. Okay, so I'm going to wait for it to upload, and as it's loading, you should see it loading, and then when it's complete, you can actually press turn in. When you're ready to submit all your files, remember to turn in. Got it. You can actually click on it to see if it's complete. So I'm going to click on it. Actually, yeah, and it's going to show a little preview of the actual assignment. Okay, and when you're ready, you can press turn it in. One attachment will be submitted for a sample assignment. I'm going to turn it in. Okay. Now, there's another option where it says unsubmit. If you're not finished with the assignment and you want to go back on it, you can actually unsubmit, and you can actually let the teacher know I'm not ready to submit it by putting a comment here, and then put unsubmit. This is when I add unsubmit to add or change assignment attachments. Do not forget to submit once you're done. Click unsubmit, and now the attachment can be deleted. So I'm going to delete the attachment, and I can start over. Another way to submit assignments, if you're not going to take a picture of a piece of paper or a worksheet that you did, is to actually create a document. So I'm going to go to Add or Create, and over here, you can actually go to the Google Drive of the student if they created documents there and use that, or you can actually create documents over here: docs, slides, sheets, and drawings. Typically, you're going to be using Google Docs, which is the Google version of Microsoft Word, or Google Slides, which is the Microsoft version of PowerPoint. So if I go to Docs, it's going to create a document for me. Okay, and it's going to open up over here on the page, and I can actually write things in here: test, assignment, test, I understand, test, test, test. Okay, and it's going to save it automatically. There's an option over here where I can actually turn it on the top right. So if I go over here to the top right, I can actually say turn in, and I can also go over here and go back to on the tab over here and actually turn in my assignment over here. There's two ways to turn in assignments. So I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to press turn in, and it's going to ask me, and it was turned in. Okay, this is under the teacher view. I can see that it was turned in. Now I'm going to go back over here, and I can see that I'm going to press turn in over here, and it says, are you sure you want to turn it in? Yes, turn it in. And then we have the same option of it being able to submit or unsubmit if you're not ready to submit it. So I'm going to unsubmit, and then I'm going to be able to actually edit it again. Another way I wanted to show you guys was the Google Slides. So it's another version of it's the Google version of PowerPoint. And I did create, and it's going to pop up, and actually you can actually change the slides and do things you want to make it, depending on how you want to do your project. So again, you can actually present it and see everything else, and then we'll go into that later if there needs to be more tutorials on that. And the teachers will actually show the kids how to use Google Slides as a wonderful way to do presentations. So I'm going to exit out, and again, now you have two ways to submit your assignment. You can press turn in. I'm going to turn in both of these assignments, and then I can unsubmit if I'm not ready to submit these yet. Okay, I'm going to go, and that's just I wanted to show you how to submit. Another thing about Google Classroom is if you go back to the main page, you can actually find your classes easier by going on the left side over here and seeing all your classes. that way. If you're kind of stuck in the class that you're in, go back to it over here and go here. Okay, you can see all your upcoming assignments. I'm gonna click view all, and this is due on the 18th, and it's sample assignment over here. I can look at that my assigned assignments, my returned assignment, which is 0 because I haven't done any assignments yet, or my missing assignments if a due date has happened and I haven't turned in my assignment. Okay, I'm going to go back to my class. And the last thing I want to show you guys, I can track my progress, your work. You can go to your calendar over here. I can add it. Got it. And now I can see that sample assignment is due on the 18th. If I want to use my calendar, I can click on it. I can actually see it over here. If I want to go back and click on it, and it takes me to the assignment. I go to student work. I can see it over here. Okay. So that's one cool aspect of Google, how you can connect your calendar to it. And in the class drive folder is where all the files are saved. So I'll go over here. I can see that my assignments are actually right here under my Google Classroom. It actually takes you to your Google Drive where you can actually see what's here. I can go to my classroom, my tests, and I can see the assignments I actually created over here. Just click on it and see. See, test, test, test. Which you can edit at home or at school, depending on what device you're using and what's happening. So I'm going back to classroom over here, go back to test. And that's just a simple way of being able to show what we can do on Google Classroom. The most important thing, of course, is to be able to view the live streaming of the class, as well as being able to see the assignments. And when you see them, when you click on them, you view the assignment, but also being able to create assignments over here by adding an actual picture or a file that you take with your phone, or scanning it in and submitting it to the teacher that way, or by creating an assignment and being able to type in the answers right there and pressing turn in. Let me know if there's any other questions. We hope that this video has been informative. Have a wonderful day and God bless.